Those of you that are new, we've never met, hi. I'm not your typical snowflake and things are a little different around here, but hopefully you're happy to be here. If not, get the fuck out, because I'm not for everybody. But for those that are wanting to finally end the cycle of things not working out, like, I'm your bitch, I got you, because I've struggled my ass off and
I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, Casey Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted.
Now, let me share with you what our recent testimonial from the mastermind, from Hot Moms Mastermind. That's where you get to work with me more in a intimate setting. This is from Lisa. I'm just here to tell you that if you've been on the fence, just do it. I joined in March and I kept saving and worrying about what things were going to cost, because she came in, she had Hashimoto's and she works like 2 jobs, but one is her photography business. I think she was a sub at a school, had some money blocks. We worked through those. She found a way to get in, and also we have financing that you can get in at like $100 or under $200 a month payments, and I help you, show you how to pay that off really quickly. But anyway, she was worried about that, and I was also worried about like how it would interfere with my regular doctors, because we work with physicians here, and hoping that they were going to make it work. I just had my initial consultation about the blood work and everything that they were going to need to draw. I'm crying like a baby because I finally found somebody that realizes I'm not crazy and could see just from things that I was explaining why I'm having the troubles that I'm having. I can't wait to get this blood work back, and I know she's able to help me. But that's normal for a lot of women. They try to find out what's wrong with them. They go to these doctors. Their PCP tells them they're okay. Their gyno tells them okay. Or we've even had women on pellets, like going to holistic and or functional medicine doctors, and still they're not getting better. This is why. So that's why the trauma-informed approach to things, and then everything else gets better. I would see women still continue to struggle and things weren't making sense and the doctors weren't working. Like, I'm doing your doctors and I still struggle with this, and I'm like, it's because you're not doing the emotional. It's because you're not doing the energetics work. So many women have guilt around spending. They have money blocks, and they don't trust themselves because their self-esteem is so low, and they're so in that wounded feminine energy, and they need some masculine. They need to bet on themselves. We've got some cool things coming on the pipes for free this week, an accountability group. I'm going to show you how I go through the energetics of hitting goals and what I do when I fall short. So first, reviewing our beliefs and what the stories meant. Remember how we went through, okay, if the belief, the fears around this doesn't feel good, okay, what is the belief here and that I'm thinking, and what's the story that I'm telling myself based on that? So the stories, and noticing why we haven't manifested what we want. No fucking wonder. For example, having the body, for me, I had the fear of, if I do that again, I'm going to end up sick. I'm going to end up with hypothyroid again. The stories I was telling myself was, if I train hard, and it's not even hard, if I go hard here or I do that, I'm going to get sick again. And I've had a lot of people in recovery to do that. Like, I'll have competitors where they've tried diets their whole life, and when they lost 40 pounds, but they put on 60 again because of what it took, like they did HCG, did tons of cardio, they did these crazy things to themselves, phentermine, and just the thought of going back there like blocks them because it was so painful. We're not even going to do it that way, right? So we really have to work through that trauma and create this new story. But now you understand why you haven't manifested what you want, like why you haven't lost weight. Are you seeing that? Have you put 2 and 2 together? Who here has put 2 and 2 together, looking at your past stories and being like, damn, no wonder I was fucking struggling? Yeah, this says I want it, but I don't want to do the exercise, okay? And that's the thing, is a lot of women, and that's why in my marketing, a lot of girls, they think that you're going to have to do 2-a-day cardio. They think you're going to have to eat a certain diet. Oh, just let me do this after Halloween. Let me do this after my birthday. Let me do this after I travel. That part in you that wants to do it after is that demon we get to vanquish. So whatever is in you that's making you want to procrastinate, to put it off, is the thing that's holding you back. I don't want to be sore. No wonder you're not going to exercise. But the reason you make yourself sore, really sore, is that you go too hard. You do the wrong exercise. You do the wrong thing. So there's a reason why, and we're actually going to go over this in the Fancy, Sexy, Rich Accountability live stream. So we're going to go over some of that stuff. But you get it. So it's based on, okay, what were the stories? And then what will it mean if you get the results? And if there's any types of fear or fucked up, that's why it's not coming. Same thing with money. People fear paying taxes. No wonder you're not making any money. Y'all, I had so much fear around, honestly, I had fear around success, period. It was not safe to have anything you wanted because I was just so shamed and made to feel like a piece of shit that did not deserve any form of happiness because my mom was so wretchedly miserable. That's why she a people pleaser and a closet alcoholic. And yeah, so yeah, it's so sad because she was an incredible woman without the shit. So I want it, but I don't want to do the blank. Or I want it, but I'm scared that it's going to hurt. That's going to block results every time. So all of these are just ideas that can be shifted because guess what? They too are old stories. I'm going to go through some things that's going to bring in practical goals to get in the vibe. Going through things in a practical sense to get in the vibe will be impractical because we tend to get caught up in our emotional bullshit, which is very real sometimes. Emotional fear, false emotion appearing real, like for real. So practical things, loving yourself, drinking water, that's good. That's good for you, right? Just drinking water all throughout the day versus pop or versus whatever it is that you're drinking, is that going to ultimately cause you to have a bad life and for bad things to happen to you? No. That really shows you like, let's look here. There's some fucking trauma. There's something here. Just talking about this is bringing up sadness. Do you feel that? Kendra said, yeah, I'm still working through some crap. Let's just get it out because I can feel it. So noticing any types of feelings in our body, it's very important we listen to those. So if you feel sad, really call that energy back in and feel it. Remember, it's safe to be in our bodies. It's safe to be here. Even though it's not comfortable, we're going to make it comfortable. It's just like moving into a piece of shit house and they do the renovations. Okay. Now, in this world, you have plenty of money to do the renovations that you want and have the kitchen that you want. We're doing the same thing with your bodies. It's been a vacant shithole for way too long. People's been coming in and out, disrespectful. The house is just renting itself out to strangers, and to be in the yes house, it's allowing things to go down that shouldn't be happening in a house. You see what I'm saying? Now we're coming in and we're doing renovation. A lot of times just being practical, which I hate that word because practical is like not a life that I want to live, but it's one way to come down off of your emotional hijacking high horse. When you get caught up in that, going back through your stories and being practical about it, right? Doing this healthy thing or taking time for myself is really going to cause my kids to die. No. And if you think that it is, then we need to go a little deeper. Now, switching gears just a tad, right now I want you to write down people who make you feel less than. Who do you follow or who are you around that makes you feel shitty? For example, when I was first getting cystic acne, there was a guy that we hung around, a friend that we hung around, like a party friend that was real fun and stuff. And he had shitty relationships with women. Like, he was very much viewed women just for a piece of ass. He had a lot of work to do. But I was around those people all the time. And anyway, so right when my acne started coming out, I'll never forget, we were hanging out and he got real serious and he asked something like, why is your face breaking out? Or, wow, your face is really breaking out, or something like that. And then I remember my granddad in high school, because I had acne back then too, my hormones were fucked. And he'd be like, girl, you need to wash your face. So really just write down the people that make you feel bad about yourself. And even if they don't say anything, it can just be an energy. Like when people used to get in my vibration, they'd be like, she's very intimidating. I'm not intimidating. You feel intimidated. That's your shit. It could mean that you associate masculine energy as not safe, right? Which is all triggers that get to be worked through. So people that make you feel not good about yourself, or just like you're not there yet, or like you're less than, or whatever. And we're going to create new stories. I want you to create new fucking stories around that. Just create a new story. Act like you are writing a book, a play, and you're creating, okay, here's the story, the shitty story. And now here's the good story. And it doesn't need, now hear me out on this one. If it's a story you're creating and it's like dark fucking witchcraft where it's like that person's now dead and you're the blah, 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 or you're causing harm, there's been harm done to that other person, you're not going to have a good life. Black magic comes back tenfold, always, until the end of time and across all space and realities. So It's of high service. And you know, a great book you can listen to help with this stuff would be, and actually the lady that wrote it was a former like pastor, I think. Very quick listen, and it's great to really show you the power behind how we think and how we speak. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. The Game of Life and How to Play It. There's the tears again. Okay, now April's crying. So much pain. Maybe we don't believe it yet. There's more to it. Okay, yeah. If you just don't fully believe it yet, then I get it. I know it's just like with anything else. Like you can hold some things in your mind, but sometimes you just can't vibe. You just can't feel it yet. Now, it either means one or two things. It means that you don't believe you can have it, like you still feel unworthy. There's still some drama around it somewhere, but it's okay. Or it means you're shooting too low. I started playing into the multi-7-figure, 8-figure realm about 4 days ago, and y'all, it scared me so fucking bad. And I realized, because I come from such a poverty mindset, oh my God. And that's why people with low income and in the poverty mindset is just traumatic, and it's so hard to get out of it. And that's why governments and stuff like that, you can't give someone enough money to fix that. So you really have to go within and do this deep emotional lineage work. You're literally healing generational patterns. Go back to what does feel good and what can you lock in right now? What can you do right now? Can you get through the day, and can you do this? Yes. Everything is micro to make up the macro. So you have to retell the story. You have to every single day. The work this is a fucking lifestyle. You don't just do it one time. This is a lifestyle. And people, that's why they go to church on Sunday. You need to be having your relationship with your higher up every single day. Every time we get in disbelief, every time the scale increases, every time we witness the fear around food or travel or feeling fat or feeling too skinny or whatever, then we have to go back through the steps and get back in the vibe or get as close as we can to it. It is a daily practice until you become and you have felt it into being. It is not faking it till you make it. It is understanding all of you have your own power. Your own power. You just have to understand what's what. When you feel those vibes, your only job is to shift. Understand what's serving you and what's not. And by the way, duality is a thing. We went over that. How low can you go and why the stretching happens. Why that's going to happen. It's not that you need to be like, oh, there's a negative thought, let me just do away with it. No. You would not tell a child that is scared to just leave you the fuck alone, because that's what you would be telling yourself. You can feel scared and still feel very calm and happy. You can feel, am I going to fucking, is this really, and have moments of feeling joy and gratitude for being in the right place and actually making it come to fruition, especially right now, coming off September, dark night of the soul, coming into October, Mercury retrograde, when the veil is the thinnest. Lots of darker energies are out there right now, really coming up to, bubbling up to the surface. It's a kind of a darker time right now. Coming into winter, literally a darker time. A lot of people are going through the dark night of the soul right now. Go back and listen to that How Low Can You Go video. That's the work. Every fucking day, man. You've got to shift your energy. And if you're unable to fully shift it and jump back in, that's fine. Hold steady. Hold it and still decide and remove the emotion and show up and do what the fuck needs to be done as your future self. How would they be doing right now? Okay, then do and act and think as you think they would do. Does that make sense? Get back to the feeling of feeling good enough, feeling lean and confident. And that's the power of having a mastermind. Sometimes when you don't have it, the people that you're around, I just had a message come through this morning. She goes, I just want to say I appreciate being around your energy. Just being around your energy and being around someone that's going somewhere and that has something that you admire and that's going places. I get lifted. I get inspired. I get ideas. Thank you. That's what's up. That's why it pays. You have to pay to play. And that's why I'm in these other containers, these powerful containers, because where two or more gather, it creates this awesome energy. The work is shifting back. It's observing the ideas that we can't have what we want. When we feel like we can't have what we want, whether it's shoes or the body or the working with Casey or whatever, it's time to go, that's what we have to observe. Where is this coming from? Like, where did this come from? And then we do have journal prompts. That's why you need to, Hot Moms has the how-to. Like this gives a lot of good stuff, but I mean, I'm giving you everything, but sometimes if you need to go deeper, that's the mastermind, okay? But you're going to make massive You're going to grow leaps and bounds just by doing this. When something comes up that feels, oh, you just can't have it, look into that. What is here? Go back through the steps from day 1 and day 2. Is that true? What is the belief here? I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing means you're surrendering to the pain. Okay, I give. I'm willing to see things differently. Show me. And then sit back. So once you say that, get back into the vibration, doing some deep breath work, the things that we teach, and show up as your future self. You have to quit taking counsel from the fear and from the thing that doesn't feel good and the thing that makes you feel unworthy and the thing that makes you want to play it small. Instead, what if? Well, what if it worked out? What if I could actually have exactly what I wanted? How would I be feeling? What would I be doing? What would I be saying? What would I be thinking? How would I show up right now? If they loved what I had to say, if it was safe to be sexy as fuck. If you can see it in your mind's eye, which is your mind, your third eye, it's done. It's there in the spirit realm. It's your earthly purpose to get it. You having that thing that you want is your purpose. We're done. Meeting adjourned. I'm just kidding. What ideas have shown up in your mind today that have told you that you can't have what you want? What ideas? Mine was, I'm not going to be able to fully be like, eat, love, pray. I'm not going to be able to just take off and everything still go. That's a lie, because I have a belief that I've already decided it's locked in. Also, I have a belief that says the more fun I have, the more money I make, the more fun I have, the better body I have. The more fun I have, the more pleasure I feel, the healthier that I am. So I've just locked in these new beliefs that are very true for me. And I go over that in that webinar, like how I, got healthy, wealthy, and hot. And I showed y'all like how I took my calories from 1,400 to 2,500. I show you how I went from cardio and just killing myself and living on caffeine to not, and having a better body, better hormones than ever, by doing everything opposite of what I thought I had to do. What ideas have shown up in your mind that tell you or make you feel like you can't have what you want? What ideas make you feel like that? Take a moment to do the homework that we've already established. So what ideas tell you can't have it? Are they true? Is that actually true? Because they never are. I tell my kids this all the time. If it feels scary, it's not. It's a lie. If it doesn't feel good, it's a lie. That's just all there is to it. If it doesn't feel good, it's a lie. And this is where self-sabotage comes in, because we start taking action out of that negative energy. That's where self-sabotage comes in. And self-sabotage is this right here listed out. Here's self-sabotage. Ready? Playing it small or not showing up as yourself, even though you want it more, even though you want more or want to do differently. Playing small, not showing up. People not showing up for their booked calls. People not saying, hey, when I ask them a question in comments. Not wanting to go for the new job because you may not get it. That's sabotage, because you want to avoid getting hurt. And this is what we get to work through in Hot Moms Mastermind. So engaging in dysfunctional relationships that make you feel chronically unseen or heard. Anybody married to an alcoholic, or someone that works a lot, or someone that has issues, or feels like that they just don't have your back, or they can't be trusted, or you don't feel really emotionally safe, sexually, financially, you just don't feel very safe or supported. That is self-sabotage, playing a role of a caretaker or enabler or fixer. Even though you feel a little resentful or angry about it. Always talking to that one person who just keeps showing the fuck up, always has a shit show, always has woe is me, always has no money, and you're just there continuing to just rub some sticks together to keep them warm. Baby, you're gonna just wear yourself out. Comparing yourself to others, self-sabotage. You're wanting to make yourself feel better. It goes back to childhood. It's because your mom and dad or those around you shamed and guilted you and made you feel, or they felt, so unworthy of having nice things or having a healthy body or looking good. Now, whether or not you're ready to hear that's fucking exactly the truth, doesn't mean you have to hate your mom and dad. There's a way to do it where they won't even know what you're going. They won't even know any of this. Not asking for help or for your needs to be met when you have them. I can't tell you how many women are just like, I just know right now. And it's just because they don't feel confident in saying, hey, I need some help. They feel very ashamed of not having the answers. And that is self-sabotage. Do you want to live like Mowgli, or do you want to live like a badass bitch in New York City or Southern California or Miami, or a little country house in the back in the woods and have exactly what you want and need, and you're happy and you get to do and go as you please and life is good? So staying in a job that you hate, just staying in a job you hate. One lady, we got her out of her job. We didn't. I showed her own power, and she manifested a new job. Her liver enzymes cleared up. Her liver cleared up. Her health returned after she got out of a bad job. My thyroid healed like in a major way, when I got this energy vampire out of my organization. She was working for my company and got her out, and my thyroid healed. Using coping mechanisms that give you stress relief, like shopping, drinking, gossiping, eating, or endless scrolling on social media to make up for how you feel, feeling shameful or even worse in the long term. So those things right there, that's self-sabotage. All to feel safe, y'all. Going to the fridge late at night, all to feel safe. This is why weight loss diets, fat loss diets, going to just regular doctors, going to doctors alone, it's not going to fix the main problem, and you're going to still end up in the shit. You got to address the trauma drama bullshit and rewrite the story. And we forgive ourselves along the way. It's very empowering. What is a more positive perception that you can choose to believe? What is a more positive perception that you can choose to believe about your hormones, your body, your success, your money, yourself? Because the world's going to be a much better place when you get what you want. How good does it feel? Or maybe you've never felt it, but imagine what it would feel like, or the happiest that you've ever been in your life. And yes, we're not going to have every single day where we're just shitting glitter and riding unicorns, but we can always, that's always there, even on the dark days. The polar opposite of a negative belief is often a very new solid belief. The belief about not good enough. What's the opposite? Well, it's hard. It's hard to lose weight. Okay, the opposite. It's easy to lose weight. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Do meridian points. EFT tapping. Go look up EFT tapping for weight loss. EFT tapping for fear. It is safe. It is safe to be fucking skinny. It's easy to lose weight. It's easy. It is. If I had to do it right now, and I needed to look a certain way for something, I would need to rearrange my life a little bit, because obviously I'm building a massive business and we're growing our team exponentially, and I have little ones. But if I really need to hit a goal, I would say, okay, this is going here and it's going on maintenance. And this is going to go and it's going to go. And it's going to be easy, and I'm going to have so much fun doing it because it's my goal. It's what I want. Oh yeah, totally. This is why I do what I do. And I'm right there in the flame every day, because I do this work every fucking day. So what's the more positive perception you can choose? And the polar opposite of the negative belief is always a solid one. That's why I tell everybody, I'm like, what do you want? I don't know. I don't know. And it's why you don't have shit. What do you not want in your life right now? List out every fucking thing you don't like in your life on the left. Now, the opposite, and I want y'all to go read that book, How the Game of Life and How to Play It. It's going to show you how to speak to yourself and the universe and to God. It's going to show you how to communicate with God and the universe to get what you want. For example, hey, don't slam the door when you leave. That is a door slammed. Don't slam the door. Negative, don't. Door slam. My mind is picturing a door slamming. Or, hey, when you leave, will you just be very quiet when you walk out? Just be very quiet when you leave. So learn how to speak. Laws of the universe, right? Learn how you speak. I love this. I am moving into new levels of success. I am moving into new levels of weight loss. I am moving into new levels of happiness. I am moving into new levels of abundance. And it's so safe to receive all my desires. It's so safe to hit all my goals. It's very safe for me to have the things that I desire. Whew. Yes, I can't wait. So that's a perfect example, April. So I can't wait. I can't, right? So you want to say, and it would be awesome. Show up as if it's already there. It's awesome, it's beautiful, and I'm so thankful. It's done, it's done, it's done. It's done, it's done. I had to learn that too, because I would always say that. Affirmation. I am motherfucking good enough. I am worthy of feeling confident and happy, and I'm worthy of all my desires. I am worthy. I am motherfucking good enough. I am good enough. I am good enough. Everything I want wants me. It's getting easier all the time. It's flowing more all the time. I'm doing my part and taking my steps all the time. The universe loves to support me. The entire motherfucking world is on my side. Everything's coming together for my good. Everything's coming together. I have nothing to worry about. I can release it. I can let it go. I can enjoy and have a motherfucking good time. Help me to see things differently and form new beliefs where we are afraid, where we are living in doubt. Help me to shift these things. Beneath the fear, you'll always know what the right next step is. If I put aside the fear and uncertainty, what do I know in my heart and in my mind? If I come at this from a place where I'm acting from flow, acting from faith, and acting as that next level version of myself, what decision would I make here? How would I show up today? If I come at this from acting as the next level version of myself, how powerful is that? How powerful is that? Going back through these things, understanding that it's a daily practice. If you don't want to do those daily practices, that's fine. Life's just going to kick your ass up and down the highway, and you'll just be a victim of circumstance. But if you choose the other side of the coin, You literally can create whatever you want. You have to be open to receiving help and be ready to get extremely uncomfortable. It's like Blakely talking this morning. She said, when I came in, I was terrified. My relationship was on the rocks. I didn't have any money. She goes, I get on the phone call with you. Within hours, I attracted a girl out of nowhere to pay me like $450 for a coaching service that I was too afraid to ask for. And I went to my mom and I said, Mom, will you please spot me X amount of dollars? I want this for my birthday. Her marriage, she had the divorce papers ready and a little 1-year-old at the time. And now they're doing wonderful. They've been together now for 9-10 years. And she's lost weight and she's gotten new jobs and makes more money. All because she was willing to do that little uncomfortable thing instead of saying, oh, I can't afford it. Because a lot of women that I talk to allow money and time to get in the way of them getting what they want. So once you get past that, like if the money was there and you had the time, then what? And you take action as that. If you had the money and the time, then what? Let's get to work. That's it. It's as simple as that. Books that would help you a lot are obviously already mentioned in the earlier days. And then this one today is The Game of Life and How to Play It. And so we'll post this in the homework section. I'm worthy of all my desires. And I'm worthy for everything, and I'm good enough. Yes, that's so good. And that little, some of those prayer blips were from one of my favorites. She's a money coach, actually, from Amanda Francis, and she has really good affirmations, but it is pertaining to money, whereas I'm bringing in the energetics with weight, because that's how I healed my shit, is I really had to learn how to let go and reframe things and create these new beliefs where, because I only had a certain amount of time, and my health was so bad at the time. This is all in my webinar on kcship.com/webinar. And it was all in there. I remember just in my mind, making my mind up, like, this is good enough, and I'm still going to hit all these goals. And it just freed me up. It was just like I just was choosing for it to be easy. And what I had to give was good enough. And, dude, my body, I remember doing a photo shoot in my basement at the time. I was ripped. And I remember not even really trying. And then that got to a point where now I can do a photo shoot, even if my body's not exactly the way I want it. I'm still happy. I'm still happy with that, because it's going to come like this, and I'm never as bad as I used to be. It's always up and up. And I've learned how to really take care of myself. And even when my adrenals do crash, I know how to get them back. And I know how to prevent the hard crash where it really just ruins your whole life. So that's the things that you've got to learn. Or else you're not doing the God work on earth. You're being a fucking pawn. Somebody that somebody else in the world has to take care of. Yeah, do your work, man, because we need you to be at your best so the world can change and the vibration raise. That's what it's all about. Everything's going good. My boyfriend broke up with me and stuff. My past keeps coming up. Yeah, that's something that always happens. Always. It's just clearing out space. Just clearing out space for the new. And anytime your vibration raises, yeah, you may lose some friends. Are you okay with that? If you go back and look through the free group, whose relationships have gotten better, and a couple people's ended, but they were very abusive, and everybody else has gotten better. But yeah, a lot of times we see things as happening to us, and really it's happening for us. So as your vibration increases, whatever falls to the wayside, allow it to. And deal with the loss and the grief or whatever that comes through, and then do the work. That's how I manifested my husband. So there's that. I knew what I didn't want. I knew what I did want. So there you go.